Is it live now? Okay, hi everyone. I think we're live. How you doing there, my Facebook friends? I'm still out in Spain. It's my last day. I've been here for 7 nights now. So this is my last night. We're heading down into Benidorm town tonight, hopefully, just to finish off the week. But for you guys that have been following me the last couple of days, I've been out in Spain. I'm up in the mountains in a hotel called Melia Villatania, a 5-star resort overlooking Benidorm. And I've been out here on an event all to do with cryptocurrency. So this actual live call is not going to be about me. It's going to be about this guy next to me. We'll introduce you to shortly. And just have a listen in. It's being recorded. And if you want any questions, just put them in the chat and let's have a bit of an interaction going on and just see how this goes anyway, okay? So for all the people that don't know me, my name is Adrian Hibbert and I'm from Cardiff in South Wales in the UK. I'm a property expert, so property has been my niche. I've been in that space for like 20 years, since more or less since I left school. But only in the last sort of since December last year, September, October last year, I started to look at sort of cryptocurrency, and obviously Bitcoin. That's the first sort of cryptocurrency I became aware of, and I've started buying Bitcoin over the last couple of months. But it's only in the last sort of 8 months I've joined an opportunity which involves a different sort of cryptocurrency, which we'll talk about in a bit. And that's how I got to know this guy next to me here, a guy called Andy, and I'll introduce him now shortly. So what we're going to just talk about basically is cryptocurrency. We may touch on precious metals, the actual economy, you know, the dollar, the pound, the euro, how things are going in the world. And Andy's the expert on that, and we're going to try and keep it. I got about 80% on my iPhone battery there, so I got no backup charge on this, so we're going to keep it less than probably 10-15 minutes. It may drag on to half hour, see how things go. It's very hot here when the sun comes out. So first of all, this guy next to me on my left, on your right, is a guy called Andy Morbitzer, and he's based out in the US, but he's back and forth the US and Canada. His partner, Nicole Peterson, is on the camera here, just sort of checking in the chat. You may come in later, so we'll see how it goes there. But first of all, I'm going to introduce you, Andy, and basically just introduce yourself, where you're from, what's your expertise. I know you've been an expert sort of in the network marketing niche for the last 20 years. Obviously, you've been involved in a number of MLM companies, a lot that have come and gone. But more important than that, the one we're involved in now, Vizionary, that's the main one. And so basically, just give a quick introduction who you are, what you've been up to for the last 10, 20 years within this space, and basically why we are here, basically in Spain.
Well, thank you, Adrian. We're in Spain here again. This is the second annual Benidorm, Spain. It's on the southeast coast of Spain, and a beautiful place called Benidorm with the Benidorm Bay here. I was approached by an individual that I trusted in the networking market space for, I've known him probably a decade or better, and he said, Andy, I need some insight on something called cryptocurrency. Do you know anything about it? And why, of course, having a background in and around Wall Street and financial products, of course I knew what cryptocurrency was, and I knew what Bitcoin was. And he said, well, there's an opportunity to build our own cryptocurrency, to have our own money, to have our own cash rewards program. And when I looked at it, I thought, this could be something that we could help change the world. And I've been in networking for, 15, 20 years. I've been a master distributor several times. I've written a couple of comp plans, and I didn't know if I wanted to do another opportunity, because network marketing, it's a tough job. It takes an expertise, and I've always believed that you want to put people in the best possible position to be successful. And what better way to do that when the really the byproduct and the products that we offer here at Vizionary are education on real property, automated mining, how to open an e-wallet, how to open and acquire Capricoin, Bitcoin. So when I looked at it the very first time, I was excited because it was a financial product. Because at the end of the day, you're not stacking your garage full of products. The best thing that we have at the end of the day is the byproduct of what we do is money. The education that we do helps people diversify. It protects them. It saves them, because of our belief here at Vizionary, in our mission statement, we believe that not only is protection and diversification key, not only to survive the next decade, but to actually profit from the next decade. So approximately 1 year ago, I flew here to Spain, and I met the other owners, and we devised a plan and laid out a opportunity that would both protect, hedge, put people in a position where they could protect their financial well-being, their wealth, have the ability to take control of their financial future. So what we built was a platform that would allow people to earn or benefit and not have all the sponsoring requirements. And then we've got another side of it that says, hey, if you're a networker, if you want to go spread the word of our Capricoin and our Capripay system, which is the app that we use to facilitate the movement of money, why, of course, there's additional ways that we can make money. So it was great for customers and merchants and people that maybe couldn't build a downline of 1,000 or 10,000 people or 1,000,000 people or whatever it might be. So it's good for everyone across the board. And of course, in our comp plan, we've got the incentives, the matching bonuses, the volume to infinity to really reward the big marketers that come in.
What is it you think of within the network marketing niche? People struggle to recruit, and that's the main problem. They struggle to build a team. They start something and they quit 6 months' time, and they've lost their money. They end up with a garage full of whatever, lose weight shakes.
Yes.
You know, obviously we're in the money business here, which is great. That's why I'm a property guy. So this is perfect for me. But why do you think most people fail within the network marketing space?
A lot of times it's the products themselves. It may be a limited ability to meet new people, to expand their center of influences. And here in Spain, matter of fact, we just launched a tool to assist people in being successful in growing their businesses, that we set up a funnel with all the bells and whistles that everybody can participate throughout Vizionary to help them have a marketing tool to be successful. So we identified the problem early on that 97% of the people fail in network marketing because they don't get into profitability quick enough. So we wanted to eliminate that issue, and we came up with 5 or 6 different ways that you can earn without ever building a network whatsoever.
So that's great. So there's 5 ways of actually making money without recruitment. Is that right?
Yes, that's correct.
So that's
and soon to be 6 that we haven't unveiled yet. But yes, it's coming. So every year we have what we call the Leaders Convention. They can qualify, and we come here to lovely Spain like yourself. So we just launched 3 great new exciting promotions and updates and the things with Vizionary that we will broadcast worldwide here in about a week. A lot of us are going up to Vienna to have another convention, and then after Vienna, all the updates to the Capripay, the marketing plan, the comp plan, and the promotions that we're doing will all be announced here in the next week or so after the Vienna convention. Okay,
that's good news. With regards to cryptocurrency itself, obviously most people know about Bitcoin. That's been around since 2009, and a lot of people think, they missed out on Bitcoin. But how do you think Bitcoin compares with Capricoin? That's obviously the product within this Vizionary business model. What's the difference? There's lots of other coins. There's 700 plus coins out there. Why do you think Capricoin is any different to Bitcoin? Ethereum, Litecoin, Peercoin, Dogecoin, all these different coins out there. What do you think that we have that the others don't have?
Well, when we initially looked at the cryptocurrency space, we knew that a lot of the volume and a lot of the value of these coins were just speculative investors, people putting a lot of money in, taking a lot of money out, and that's what makes cryptocurrency so volatile. So what we decided to do was build it the exact different way. We have all these coins that are very volatile in nature, that one day it's great, one day it's not, because it's all trading. It's a very specific niche group of people that go to the external exchanges, which we are a part of. We were the first MLM company to have a presence on the external exchange with Capricoin. We were the first company to have a cash reward system, meaning every time you use our currency, you get cash back. And really, that's the difference of what we do compared to the other coins. We've got a distribution model. We've got 40 or 50,000 affiliates now. We are bringing on merchants. We're launching the Capripay system and the cashback rewards. So when the valuation, or how we will derive the value of our coin, will be through, of course, speculative investors, but through customers and merchants and the cashback recipients. And then we've got 40,000 outstanding affiliates, 150 of which just joined us here in Benidorm, that we teach, we train, and then they replicate it worldwide. So now, how are we different?
So we are the first cryptocurrency with cashback then, to a certain degree.
Absolutely.
There's nobody else doing that.
Not that I know of, and we were the first networking company to have a coin on the external exchange.
So let's just explain how that works then. From my understanding, I got 3 companies where I live in Cardiff. I got an Indian restaurant, an Italian restaurant, and a Chinese restaurant. Friends of mine, through networking, they want to take on this app within their business or shop.
Yes.
So I'm under the stand. People go in there for a meal. They spend £100 or $100, and then they can pay on cash or credit card for their meal, and then the owner or the business there, the Indian restaurant, then gives them cash back onto their iPhone or app.
That is correct.
In cash back. Is that how it works? In Capricoin.
Yes. We want to reward anyone that uses our coin. We control it, we own it, we maintain it, and the benefits to the merchant are this. It'll the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5%, whatever it might be, by giving your customer an option to pay with Visa or credit card. So we eliminate that cost to the merchant. That's why we know cryptocurrency is here to stay. It's easier, faster, safer, and much less expensive than Visa, MasterCard, PayPal, all the other payment solutions. 9 out of every $10 is moved electronically. And now what's happening through blockchain technology, it gives the power back to the people. It gives the ability to merchants to save money. And within our apps, the merchant will now be able to communicate. Maybe he sends a Groupon, a coupon, a discount, a buy one, get one free, half off. He'll have the ability to communicate through our app. The customer will use it and buy their product more often because of the cash back. We've known and we've seen all the major credit card companies have cash back. But they have limitations. They have limitations on what it qualifies for, how much you get cash back, because usually there's a threshold. We are simply this. We give cash back on any product, any amount, any threshold, and we don't give air miles or toasters or points. Our cash back is truly that, cash back.
So just to compare that cashback system with other MLM, network marketing, cashback companies,
Yes.
I'm only experienced with the names of like Lioness and Doobly, there may probably a few others. So are we ahead of the game when it comes to cashback compared to those 2 companies, for example?
Well, I believe so. I believe what we've done differently than the others is we have no cost barrier. It's free for merchants to come on board. It's free for the customer to come on board. The Vizionary app, the Capricoin app, the merchant app are all free. It's not cost prohibitive like some of the companies that you may mentioned. They charge thousands of dollars up front, and then they have to change the behavior of the customer, meaning they need to do something different. They need specialized equipment and hardware to really utilize their product, where we don't need any specialized merchandise. We don't need any special products. We don't need any additional costs. If they have an iPhone, if they have a Droid, we can do it all on our mobile app.
And those 2 companies I just mentioned, you probably have to pay to join those from a network marketing point of view.
Absolutely.
With the Capricoin, it's a free app we can give away, so it's free for people to join and use.
Absolutely. Right? And it affects, now here's the beautiful thing about it. One transaction, let's say I buy your shirt from you, well, that'll affect no less than 5 people in the structure of compensation, meaning you're going to earn cash back, or you're going to earn money, or you're going to earn what we call commissionable values that get redistributed back into the distribution arm and pay you a commission.
So okay, that's fair enough. So what about if I want to send you, say, $5,000 or even $10,000 or even $100,000?
I would say thank you.
Yeah, okay. I could do that using this app, couldn't I? Am I right?
Absolutely, yes.
And that's transacted within a couple of seconds?
It's instantaneous for all intent and purposes. You can send money anywhere in the world with no fees, no regulation. You don't have to answer to anybody. You don't have to take it through customs. You don't have to do a wire down at the bank, and it's completely free.
That's what cryptocurrency is all about, isn't it? It's about the movement of money, is that right?
It's about we, the people, taking control of what has always been the nemesis of the fiat system, meaning the banking system, all of their fees, all their regulation, all their capital controls. Now we, the people, because remember, great change always happens through the masses, not through single entities or governments or figureheads. All great change throughout history has come through the people. And what Bitcoin has done in the last 7 years has really propelled our company and been an advocate and really helped us along, because They were the ones that first introduced this disruptive technology called blockchain. Why, with that, they opened a lot of doors, and it's become accepted. When your cryptocurrency has been in and on and around for 7 years, that is, in my thoughts are, that's a period of time where acceptance is now at the forefront. Because another way we look at it, we look at the amount of money that is moved in and out of cryptocurrency is about $500 million a day. Now, if you put that into perspective, you said earlier, are you afraid that you missed the Bitcoin movement early on? Well, think of it this way. If we quantify what does that actually mean, if there's $80 trillion moved in any single day, and right now we're only moving with the biggest cryptocurrency on the planet, which is Bitcoin, and all other altcoins, Capricoin included, we still make up less than 0.5% of the total amount of money moved on any given day. So we're just now opening up the opportunity and the timing of cryptocurrency, because we do know some things. Physical currency will be eliminated. I would think all physical currency, you wouldn't see it. You'd be lucky to see it in the next 5 years, but certainly in the next 10 years, I foresee physical cash being a thing of the past. I think cryptocurrency and blockchain technology is the way that we'll move into the future, buying and selling of goods and transferring of monies.
Okay, that's great. Nicole, is anything in the chat? Is there much happening there? Or is it all okay?
Everyone's saying hi.
Everyone's saying hi.
Hi.
Okay, that's great. Any questions, guys? Just put them in the chat. You mentioned the word blockchain. A lot of people don't understand what the word blockchain means, and perhaps you obviously you're the expert on that. What I'm understanding is all these different cryptocurrencies out there, and obviously Capricoin have got their own blockchain. Is that right?
Yes.
And that's from how does it just explain how all this works from because there's lots of other coins out there. I don't want to mention names, where they're here today, they're gone tomorrow. You know, they may be gone in another 6 months. How can we make people safe? They get involved with the right cryptocurrency, basically. You know, they could be a scam. You know, they could buy some coins today. In 6 months' time, it's just disappeared. How can we be sure that Capricoin?
Well, we can be sure. We can be sure that it's here to stay, because, like, I'm from the United States, and the regulating body over most commodities, for the first time in history, a cryptocurrency was deemed a commodity. Now, with a commodity, you would have capital gains. Now, how do we know that it's going to be accepted? Because there's already rules and guidelines and taxable situations that they've itemized within the IRS for tax purposes. So let's say that you're a miner of a coin. You buy a coin on the external exchange. You buy or sell goods or services, whether you're a merchant, whether it outlines and itemizes exactly how that's taxed and why. So that tells me that it's here to stay for a long time. But back to regulation and
how can you tell if a coin's actually being mined for real? That it's not.
Well,
it's
really,
not real.
3 basic things. It needs to be open source. You need to be able to verify. Can I sit here and do what's called mine a coin? And that's through an open source code that's going to allow me to use my computer to mine whatever coin that's going to be. Or like what we do 100% automated mining, because it's much simpler, much easier. Second way, you've got to have a fully functional blockchain. If you can't go to a reputable third-party blockchain explorer, for example, .com, that will show you the blockchain of every coin. If it's not listed on an external exchange, if it doesn't have a fully functional blockchain, if it doesn't have an open source, meaning you can mine it yourself, those would tend to raise some red flags.
That's the I got it written down. Is that chainz.crypto.net?
I don't remember what it is, but that sounds about right. And then the other way you can tell if something's right or wrong, if you cannot, let's say you acquire some cryptocurrency, or let's say you acquire some tokens, or you acquire whatever it might be in some of these quote-unquote cryptocurrency companies. If you put your money in one day and you can't pull all your money out at whatever the going rate is for that coin, I mean, if the coin's not on an external exchange, run. If it's not fully functional blockchain, run. If you can't pull your money out the next day, run. If that coin is transacting internal, run. If that coin only has value within that inner ecosystem, run. If you can't pull all your money out, run.
So if I buy $10,000 worth of Capricoin right now, and I change my mind tomorrow, I can basically exit and get my $10,000 back tomorrow, obviously depending on the price of Capricoins. Right?
Absolutely.
And that shows it's all about vote then.
That's exactly right. So
Yeah.
there are parameters what makes a cryptocurrency. And if they don't meet those basic 3 or 4 guidelines, then they're truly not a cryptocurrency. They might be a digital payment form. They might be a internal. It's nonsense. You really need to be cognizant of the fact of what makes a cryptocurrency, and we just told you exactly how you can check.
So what about the you just touched on it then a little bit. The from American point of view, the SEC, there's a few different companies now as it happens being shut down by the SEC. They do up in court this month, next month. All these online network marketing programs, affiliate marketing programs, they've been watched upon and they're getting reported. They last for about 6-12 months, sometimes a bit longer. Then they get reported, and the SEC are on top of them. Next thing they know, they're in court and they're being shut down. So could that ever happen to Vizionary as an MLM business or the Capricoin, the product itself?
Not according to current laws and the way we understand it. Now we're operating within every guideline that we've found over the last year and a half. Now, when I first came to Spain and I met the other owners, did we have to make those necessary changes and adapt? One thing you need to understand about cryptocurrency, and it's really how it's constructed worldwide and how it's viewed and how it's regulated and how it's ever changing. This is such new technology. This is the precipice of the future of money. And I always tell people, maybe you don't need to know all the specific details as you go right now, but what you do need to do is act now, because there's obviously a crisis worldwide with the monetary system, macroeconomics as a whole. So when you first look at cryptocurrency as a diversification. Look at it as a digital asset that you can hold online that only you own, control, maintain, and it's all encrypted, meaning it can't be stolen. Because my fear, or Nicole and I's fear, we have fiat cash sitting in banks, and we're fearful of the banks and the power they have of controlling our money, thus controlling us by limiting how much we can take out. Maybe they just take it. Maybe they start charging us interest to have our money in their banks. The whole system is now never been more critical to have asset diversification.
So you think that's a good point. So I've got I had 38 properties at one point. I'm starting to sell quite a lot now because I'm diversifying, and that's where cryptocurrency come in. So it's not a good idea to, as you said, have cash in the bank. There's lots of people out there, sort of, it's not their fault, so the way they've been brought up. They may have 10, 20, even 100,000 plus just stuck in a bank account, isn't it?
Yes.
So that's it's dangerous, really, isn't it? It's a complete waste of time. So what are you saying? It's good to diversify in, because I heard you mention about precious metals as well. Is it just cryptocurrency or precious metals, or a diversification of a number of things?
Well, I like to look at diversification of real property in such a way that it's a little bit of cryptocurrency. Now think of Bitcoin. It's doubled in value this year, in the first 6 months of this year. Altcoins, meaning all the other 600 coins that are paired to Bitcoin, but they have a blockchain, they're legal, they're on an external exchange, they're up about 25%. Capricoin in the last year is up 300% from what we started a year ago. Gold, if you look at gold bullion, because I'm an advocate of gold bullion, it's up approximately 26%. You look at silver, it's up approximately 21%. You look at all these different types of real property, and that's the key. Real property that you can store abroad, whether you can store at home. I would have some cash, some fiat cash at your home. I'd have a little bit of gold, a little bit of silver. It's all about diversification of real property. I would have learned how to open up an LLC. Anybody that's a network marketer should have an LLC abroad for reducing taxes, for minimizing taxes. You still live within the scope of the laws, and they allow you different ways that you can reduce your tax exposure. Why, of course, you should do that. And I fully believe that you should have a secondary passport. I believe you should have a secondary residence, and I fully believe you should have a secondary bank account in a currency that has nothing to do with your home country or the dollar, the U.S. dollar, that is.
So you mean of a sterling account or a euro account? You mean in a different country?
Well, I look at it like this. I look at all the debt. I look at the unemployment. I look at inflation. I look at the standard of living reducing. I look at $20 trillion of debt. I look at greed. I look at a bubble and an overvalued stock market. When any of these things pop, it'll have a detrimental effect not only on the U.S. dollar, because you've got to remember, most all other major currency are paired to the U.S. dollar. So as the U.S. dollar goes, so do all other currencies. Now, with that said, if you know that the currencies are going to continue to be devalued, I think the dollar's lost, what, 95% of its value in the last decade or two? So when you start seeing all these indicators around the world, it's time you act, and you better act fast.
So the dollar could drop even further than 95.
Oh, not
96,
could.
97.
It will.
It will.
Oh, it's not about could. It will.
Right.
Yes.
So the people then who got the likes of precious metals and cryptocurrencies, they'll come out on top then, basically.
Absolutely. Nicole and I have, we're heavily involved with Capricoin and Vizionary because we love the ability to give people a platform to acquire Capricoin, to really acquire the knowledge that it takes to diversify themselves, to become a global entity. And part of that structure and part of that is cryptocurrency. So that's why I got so excited about Visionary, Capripay, and Capricoin. First of all, for safety and insurance, hedging against the dollar, diversification. I love the idea that I own, maintain, and control it. I don't have to go to the bank to ask for permission. There's no fees involved. They can't shut it down. They can't grab it. They can't hold it. They can't seize it. They can't encumbrance it. So there's a lot of advantage of cryptocurrencies.
Yeah. What about the actual, a lot of guys out there, investors, speculators, they just buy cryptocurrency, hoping that the price is going to go up and just make money off it that way. With regards to Capricoin, I think it's around 25, 35 cents.
Yes.
People say, when is the coin going to go up? Now, nobody can answer that, can they? Well, what is the long-term projection of the price of Capricoin? No, can anyone answer that? It's probably not, can they? Because nobody knows. Hopefully it's going to go up. That's the plan.
Well, I'm no longer a licensed financial planner. I relinquished all my licenses back in 2008 when I knew that the system was manipulated, and I started getting into alternative ideas and real property and those types of things. But nobody can guarantee. And there's another thing. If somebody can guarantee the return or the expected growth or trend or value of said cryptocurrency in the MLM space, then more than likely it's nonsense, because you can't do that. It should be based on capitalism, number one, based on supply and demand. And anything outside of that, if it's manipulated, whether you're exchanging money or settling transactions internally, that's technically securities fraud. So these companies doing these type things really need to get up to speed and get themselves where they need to be. Can
the SEC actually shut down companies that are trading offshore in Australia or China,
No.
or only in the US?
No, only in the U.S.
Right,
They only
okay.
govern the United States.
So this is why a lot of companies stay out of the US, or network marketing, affiliate marketing companies, they move away from the US because of that, or?
Well, I think it's a lot deeper than that. I won't get into any other than it's a very, think of it this way. Americans pay the highest corporate tax rate in the world. We pay the highest fees in the world. We have the most litigation in the world. The United States, a lot of people sue a lot of people every day. It's a very aggressive, volatile place to have a business right now. So most business owners stay out of the U.S., not because really they're fearful of it, but there's tax implications. There's so many other things that you need to be fearful of in the United States that you're not exposed to abroad.
So where is Visionary? I'm assuming it's a limited company or a PLC company of some kind. Where is it registered to?
Belize.
Belize.
Yes.
And what was the reasons for that? Tax-wise or just?
Tax-wise, they're a cryptocurrency-friendly country. There's about 16 countries worldwide that have identified themselves as very cryptocurrency aggressive, meaning, well, we'll just take Japan, for example. Japan just last week, 15 of their major banks now decided to accept cryptocurrency and Bitcoin. So that shows you that every week, every day, every month, we're penetrating more and more areas of business and commerce. And it won't be long before digital currency, cryptocurrency specifically, I give it 3 years where cryptocurrency will dominate the $80 trillion a day movement of money.
Wow, okay. Okay, we're going to we could go on forever. Nicole, do you want to just come in here for about 2 or 3 minutes? Any more questions? Was there any questions in the chat first, or is it all just?
No questions.
Okay, that's great.
Everyone's good.
I'll just introduce Nicole.
All right.
No, you sit there. She can just.
All right.
She
Hang
sort
on
of-
here for a sec.
Well,
Hello.
yeah. There you go. Yeah.
All right.
So this is Nicole Peterson. This is Andy's partner and living partner and business partner. Am I right? I got that right or wrong?
I'll be strong enough to say future wife.
Oh wow! There we go. Yeah.
There you go.
Am I invited to the wedding?
Possibly.
Oh, depends on many.
20 Bitcoin or 4,000 Capricoin.
Okay. Then,
Yes,
so they say behind every successful man, there's always
a woman who made it happen?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Exactly. So this is Nicole, obviously. Then.
Absolutely does.
Right.
Behind the scenes, just about everything you could possibly want. Couldn't have a better partner.
Yeah.
When we combined our skills, I think we're pretty much
Yeah.
unstoppable.
So what have you been up to, Nicole, over the last 5-10 years? How long have you been in this network marketing space and obviously on cryptocurrency now? How long have you been around?
Well, I've been in the network marketing space for about the past 10 years, and I love it. I love the people in it, and I love being able to help people, I think is the main thing. And this industry attracts really positive people, which is super. For cryptocurrency, really, when Andy explained Visionary and we came to Spain to meet the other owners, that was it for us, and that was my first introduction to cryptocurrency. Andy obviously knew more about it than I did. I was kind of like, crypto, what is that? But we've been protecting ourselves from the economy for, well, ever since we've known each other. So it was just I guess, an eventual next step,
Right.
you could say.
Okay, so have you had any bad experiences with MLM companies, sort of failures like most people have in the past, network marketing wise, or is
With cryptocurrency?
yeah, not cryptocurrency, with any other
I
network
don't
marketing
know
companies?
that I would call them failures. I would call that
Because we've all been
more along the line is some of the companies set a expectation that not necessarily is a realistic, achievable expectation. So they build up such an expectation, and when they don't meet it, I tend to think these companies fall away from the excitement and start the downward trend. Because what I really tell people is, at the end of the day, it's still your money. It's still your property. So everything that we do within Visionary and the packages that we sell go towards mining and acquiring Capricoin. And the education that we give is unparalleled. I don't care who you go to. These are basic fundamental things you need to do to protect yourself right now.
Right, okay, and so Nicole, where are you guys off? You off to Vienna? Is that tomorrow? 2 days time? Is that right?
Yes, in a couple of days we're off to Vienna. We've got
It's a visionary event.
Visionary event. About 260 or more people are going to be at that event. So just learning and training on and coming for all the updates that we've got, that you guys all heard about this past weekend.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, I've been here 7. This is my last night now, and what I like about these events as well, guys, is you brush your shoulders with sort of great like-minded people, and they've been a great bunch of people. And how many people have been here this last couple of days? 150, is it?
150 or so.
And they're all sort of cryptocurrency.
Top leaders from around the
educated.
world. Absolutely. Some of our greatest leaders were here this weekend, yourself included. We've got a huge Asian market going.
Russians,
Europe,
yeah, a lot of
Russians, the Germans are doing great. What's the great big South African influence here was here. Now there wasn't many Americans because it's a long haul to come over, but we'll start launching and doing those type of meetings and conventions here in the States the second half of this year.
Okay, we're going to call it a day. You all right there?
Sure, I'm
yeah,
good.
yeah. The sun's coming back out, so we haven't had a drink, as you can see. So
I'm
we're
going
going to leave it at that, guys.
I'm going to show everyone the view as we sign
Yeah,
off.
go on. And you
If
can.
you guys want to say
Yeah. All the best, guys. Don't forget, get in touch, and I can put you on a 3-way call anytime with an Andy when he gets back home, and that's what I'm going to be doing with the Visionary business. I'm going to be leveraging Andy, sort of from a network point of view, and 3-way calls can be quite powerful. So if you want to come on a call with Andy, is that okay? So that I can link all any of my guys up.
Thanks for having me on.
Okay.
Brother. Appreciate all
Great
you
stuff.
do. Great job.
Okay, thanks, guys. Over to you, Nicole.
All right, thanks. I didn't know you brought notes there. That's cheating, Adrian.
Here we go. Nice views, Nicole.
Beautiful here.
There you go. And it's a bit cloudy today.
It is a bit cloudy today.
There you go. Cheers, everyone.